Hello everyone, I'm Catlin, and here's another episode of Wet News Wednesday. Today we are bringing you an election special. As I'm sure you know, the midterm elections took place yesterday, and the Republican Party is now in control of both the House of Representatives and the Senate. While it was a tumultuous election for quite a few out there, experts agree the Republicans picked better candidates than they did last time. Yeah, no shit. Do you remember 2 years ago? The people running made Phil Robertson look like a liberal koala bear. I'm surprised there wasn't it was bad. Bad news, guys. Many issues were brought to light by the midterms yesterday. Notably absent were quite a few African American voters. I wonder why. While I voted in Harlem yesterday and felt perfectly safe, I also know that if I get shot, CNN's going to show up in about 23.2 seconds. No matter your political views, some pretty cool stuff did happen this election. Notably, Oregon and DC are getting down with some legalized marijuana. Mom, our trip to DC this weekend just got a little more exciting. Also, there are now over 100 women in Congress. That's pretty cool. And experts are saying that this may lead to some more bipartisan compromise, because boys can't do anything right. We here at Party in the Lifeboat have a message for all Americans out there. Whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, or whatever else you can be, your job does not end by voting. These people are your representatives, and they work for you. If you understand the way that democracy actually works, it means that anytime you're frustrated, you need to, you can complain to me, I don't really care, but pick up the phone, write an email, send a smoke signal to your person who can do something about it. Will they? I don't know, but it's technically their job to listen to you, and technically you pay their salary. So even though David Letterman did remind us that gas is under $3 a gallon, unemployment is below 6%, and the stock market is doing really well, there are a lot of things that need fixing right now. We need comprehensive immigration reform. We need an environmental policy that actually does something. So don't feel like you're powerless just because you're not a Koch brother or whatever. I don't even know how to say their name. It looks like Coke, but people say, I don't know. Those dudes with a lot of money. Just because you're poor doesn't mean that you can't reach out to your representative and give them a piece of your mind. That's what they're supposed to be doing. Listening to you and then going and talking to the other morons about it. So sure, you could just whine about it, or you can hold people accountable for the jobs that we put them in. You know, if you're into logic and justice and all that crap. Moving on, things happened outside of this patriotic paradise this week, so let's move on to some international news. A Mexican mayor has been arrested in connection with the kidnapping of 43 students, most of whom were young men studying to become teachers. Mexico! How do you lose 3 buses worth of people? Oh, wait. Well, we can't really find that plane. And that was like a lot of countries looking. Can we get some help down in Mexico, please? I know you're really worried that they're going to steer the bus north, but they're just teachers. Can we help these guys out, please? After the crash of Virgin Galactic Spaceship Two last week, CEO Richard Branson is still remaining optimistic. Not the first time you met a man who was a little quick on the draw, eh, Dick? A 26-year-old Australian man admits that surfing the body of the rotting and decaying humpback whale that was surrounded by sharks was, in fact, a bad idea. The Middle East remained peaceful this week. Oh my God, I'm kidding. Could you imagine? No, Israel and Palestine are at it again after some clashes at Temple Mount, or Haram al-Sharif. And ISIS murdered 300 members of a Sunni tribe in Iraq. So you know. Summer of Love Part 2, Desert Edition. Back at home, a 90-year-old man was arrested for feeding homeless people. Sick son of a bitch. In similar news, Hawaii is buying their homeless people a one-way ticket back to the mainland. Apparently, they think that it's negatively affecting their tourism. Guys, coming to you live from New York City, no, it doesn't. And if I'm in Hawaii, I don't really care if there's a dude talking to himself right there. I'm on a beach. That's all I need. Maybe a drink and a coconut. Happy as a clam. Congratulations are in order for the man with all the stocks who loves some cockle shells. CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, has publicly come out of the closet this week, making him the first CEO of a Fortune 500 company to be openly gay. Sure, there are a few more in there, but Timmy, mazel. Brittany Maynard, the young woman who chose to die with dignity, did in fact die this week. You may remember that after being diagnosed with a terminal brain cancer, Brittany and her family moved to Oregon so that she could die with dignity by being administered medication that kills death meds. I don't know, what do we call them? Which brought to light something that happens for a lot of people in this position. They don't really want to die in a hospital after years and lots of medical bills. Opponents, however, are worried that people would be taking advantage of mentally ill, disabled, and elderly patients. So this is kind of a heated topic, which I think is better suited to group conversation. So talk amongst yourselves. I'll be just fine. Cumberbitches everywhere took a personal day after Benedict Cumberbatch announced his engagement. Sorry, ladies. Parents are outraged over the release of a toy that allows their newborns to snap a selfie and post it right to social media. You're right. That is just as inappropriate and disturbing as, I don't know, maybe that picture you put up of your bundle of joy still covered in placenta. In other baby news, Jessica Biel is carrying a tiny Timberlake. Fucking freaking talented babies taking over the world. Thanks for joining us for another Wet News Wednesday. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and, do all that technological stuff. It's just clicking buttons, but it sure makes me feel nice. Hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week.